We are live with the weirdest video that I'm ever going to do for you guys. This is a league with the known cheater that I talked about in the last video. A lot of crazy stuff happened. He moved the draft around. I have two auction drafts that are going to be happening at the exact same time. This video, I don't even know if anyone's going to watch it. I'll do recaps and cut them up later, but I just figured I might as well record as I go through this process. I have a draft that's starting now, and in 30 more minutes, another auction draft is going to start. So my attention is going to be pulled in all kinds of different directions as I try to figure out what's going. If you're going, wait a minute, why did he just bid $13 on Russell Westbrook? What the heck is going on? The numbers are not right. The commissioner went in and he adjusted everybody's values to give everyone an extra $100. So instead of a $200 auction, this is now a $300 auction. Everyone has radically different prices and values than what we're used to. My strategy for this draft is to try to spend my money early as I can, because another draft is starting in 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, I have two laptops here. I'm going to have to be toggled into the other draft on this computer, and then on the other computer, I'm going to be trying to do two auction drafts at once. It sounds god awful, but that's the situation that I'm in. We're in an auction draft. If you guys haven't played auction before, every player can be purchased by every league manager. So we're bidding in real time on the prices, and we're trying to find fair prices. In a regular league, Luka goes anywhere from 50 to 62 with the extra 50% value tacked on. It's going to be really interesting to see what his final price is. So let's see, 50% of 50 is 25. So his value should be about $75 to $80 would be my guess. Since we already have Westbrook, man, this is just beyond messed up. Like, I have Westbrook, so I'm tempted to go for other players like Luka that fit into this. It's a very, very, very wide draft. There's 15 roster slots. Not only are there 15 roster slots, but man, this is gonna be crazy. Not only are there 15 roster slots, but there's 3 IR slots. So every one of these teams is going to be able to have up to 18 players at the end of tonight. And this little shit of a general manager also went in and he changed things so that at the end of the draft, as soon as this draft is over, you can go in, move your players to the IR, and add players off of waiver. Okay, $81 for Luka. That does seem steep, even with the new pricing. Man, this is going to be absolutely insane. I'm going to hold on as much as I possibly can, but literally anything could happen. So let's see. Joker normally goes for like 70, 72, so add 50% to that, and Joker should go over $100, and he's already at 90. I guess I should get my money out, man. Guys, I normally have so much confidence, but this guy changed so many settings. The commissioner changed all these settings 30 minutes before the draft started, or maybe 40 minutes before the draft started. I'll do a video covering it. I'm going to be trying to do the math in my head of, okay, well, this screen is going to be 50% more, and this screen's regular. I think the prices for Joker are fine right now. I usually don't play Joker. I usually go for more discount stuff. This is the guy who is the commissioner. His name is Com18. So that'll give us a little bit of an indication of what the strategies are. And again, like I said, if we can get most of our money out for good values early, we just got Joker for $101. This is insane. This might be the only Joker that I own this year. He is so good. We have Joker and we have Westbrook. So I don't think it's time to think about punts. I think it's time to think about what kind of supplementary players we want to target and where do we want to target them. I think that Joker at 101 is probably a discount. So like last year, Joker was literally off the planet in terms of ratings. Like he was 30% better than like the second best player last year. He's also relatively healthy. I usually don't like to go to him because I prefer to go for build-oriented things like punt free throw, punt three, punt field goal percentage. I like to do stuff like that. However, because I have 2 drafts coming up, I think it makes more sense to get the money out now on good picks That way I can put more of my attention on the other draft, which is going to be regular settings and clean. But this is insanity. Like, remember, everyone has $300. There's 15 roster slots plus 3 IR pluses. So not even regular IR plus. Who got Siakam? Name withheld for now. That looked like a pretty good price for Siakam. Yeah, I think 41 is an excellent price for Siakam. It looks like guys are going to be like somewhat hesitant to bid a lot of money early. So let's see. Kyrie usually goes in like the 38 to 40 range. Sometimes I see him go for a little more. So I would expect to see Kyrie go for 50% of 44 is going to be 22. So Kyrie should be at least a $60 player. Let's see where people slow down. We would be happy to have Kyrie for like, I think 55 here. Last year per game, Kyrie Irving was the 5th best player. I should talk more, but I'll be honest with you guys. So many things were changed. Who am I bidding against? I'm bidding against a guy that spent. No, that's me. Oh. This guy doesn't have anybody yet. I'll let it go. Big injury risk with Kyrie. You know, per game, he's going to be an absolute steal there. Absolute value play. It was a great pick. Joel Embiid usually goes for like 60, 62, so we'd expect to see him go for like 88 to 94. Anything less than that, we'd have to get involved. So there's 3 IR plus slots. So I think one strategy would be to grab injured players, but another strategy would be to grab players who are like sometimes injured. What I mean by that, players who constantly carry a GTD tag, because you can toggle them in and out and really set some abusive lineups up. So I think we're only going to try to do one true injury stash so that we can maximize how many games played we get out of the other IR plus slots. You know, Joel Embiid's price as it continues to climb. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so guys, this is going to get even weirder. I just realized that I can't bid from the other account. It lets me watch, but it doesn't let me bid from the other account. So something's got to give. I'm going to have to make a decision on which league. Oh, man, I'm about to get seriously messed up. Let's go Sabonis. We don't really want Sabonis. This is like the worst video I've ever done. I'm just sitting here confused. You know, this guy cheated me. I'm going to try to have fun with it. Yeah, I'm just going to try to have fun with it. Like, the money's already in. I can't change that. I'll do the best I can. You know, I definitely don't think I can have 2 drafts open at once. So this draft window should be open now. Enter live draft. What happens when I do that? Oh, I can multi-table. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is doable. This is possible. It does let me multi-table. Okay, I'm feeling better. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other draft there. So you guys that are watching at home will stay with the cheater draft. And I will have to toggle back and forth. Man, this is going to be so hard. So this is the cheater draft. Can I pull up the other one from my phone? What does that do? So okay. All right. I can do it on my phone. So on this computer that I'm recording on, I will have the cheater draft, and on my phone I will have the standard public draft, and I'll just do a recap of that one. Yeah, that works. I still want to get my money out. I really do. I really would rather have complete scrubs around 2 players. So what we were able to do here is we were able to push Kevin Durant up to 80. Remember, Joker was 101, so 20% difference in cost. I'll take that for the health, the overall ability, and the talent. That's a lot of injury risk, and $80 is off the board there. Giannis usually goes for 62 to 65. I'd expect to see Giannis go for, 92, 90. If Kevin Durant went for 80, that seems to be a fair price there. We're not even thinking, we're kind of ignoring Westbrook. I know we spent the, what was it? $13 on Westbrook, who I actually think is going to have a decent season. So that's the equivalent to us spending like $8 or $9 on Westbrook, which I think is a little steep. But I have a weird feeling about how the middle of this draft is going to go price-wise. Giannis. Hey, these are all serious players. Well, the Luka owner would be very wise to pair Giannis with somebody. That works really nicely. We don't really have the money to defensively go against the commissioner. It's gonna be. I just feel like this is the dumbest video I've ever done. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just messed up by the guy changing the scoring settings right before, and the fact that I have 2 drafts. I'm usually better than this. We're usually confident. We got Joker. We got the best player in basketball. You know what? Rise up if you're still watching. Hit the like button if you appreciate all the content that I put out for you guys. This is a $200 buy-in, and then the other league is a $250 buy-in. So I have $450 live right now. I'm noticing that the commissioner's still not bidding. The commissioner's in. He likes Ben Simmons. At what level does he like Ben Simmons? $32 would be the equivalent of. This is the most expensive. We got Ben Simmons for $8 in a 250 draft 2 days ago. So that means that draft went a lot better. Right now his price is hurdling over 27, 28 equivalent in a regular draft, which I think is a little steep. We're out at $41, even though that's probably a great price. Yeah. I think that's overpriced actually for Simmons. $41. I did the math in my head. Okay. Harden usually going for 50. We should be seeing a $70, $75 Harden. So what I like to do normally when I go into an auction draft, you guys are used to snakes, and you're like, well, if you're watching this far, you probably have played auction before. What I like to do in an auction draft is I like to go in with a strategy that I think has 4 or 5 escape hatches. So what I mean by that is I don't want to base my entire build around Joker, which I literally did that in this video. But in a normal situation, I want to have backup. So, like Chris Paul, Tyrese Halliburton, DeJounte Murray. Ooh, that's going to be a great price. That's going to be a great price for James Harden. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. It's cheap. This is a cheap James Harden. I don't want to get him because of the injury risk. I'll let somebody else do it. These adjusted prices, though, do make me feel a little bit better about Joker. At 101, it's like I spent less than $70 on him. It's like I spent math like 67, 68. I think that's right. You guys can correct me in the comment section. I'm doing this live in my head. Jalen Brunson. Let's see. We normally have Brunson as like a $15 to $18 player, so like maybe 25, 27 is what I expect to see him go for. Strong start over here. $24, just a little more. Okay, good. We're happy to be out here. Okay, I think that we need to protect value. Like, we spent so much money on Joker, which I still think is an okay value. We just need to make sure we get a couple players to go around him. So if you have a 15-man roster, you really can ignore like the last 3 spots because you're constantly cycling waiver wire picks in there. So you really kind of want to have like, there's a couple different strategies. Stars and scrubs. You put all your money into like 3 or 4 strong players, and the rest you're constantly trying to find waiver wire value. Another strategy is like just consistent across the board, like 8 to 10. Like, so in a $300 auction, normally be a $200 auction, you'd be spending like $25 to $30 on like 6 or 7 players, maybe 1 third round type player. No, you just skip the first round and the second rounders, and then you have like a more balanced roster. Very interesting to me that the commissioner has not made any wagers so far except going for Ben Simmons. I have a feeling that he's going to be trying to do some version of a punt points build, and I also think that it's going to be pretty strong in this auction format. With Nicoli Jokic, you know, we have so many options. He really doesn't have a weakness. Like, you could argue that threes are like kind of a weakness for him, but he doesn't really have a weakness, especially at the center position. It is a 1 center league, so we still have the flexibility to go for a build here where Joker is our only center. And we can pretty much ignore Westbrook. Like, Westbrook has a lot of potential this year, a lot of upside with Anthony Davis's injury history, LeBron's age, and the fact that he has a very good chance of being traded to a bottom dweller team. There's a lot of scenarios where Westbrook, I think, has upside. I don't think you should pick Westbrook expecting a good year, but when you pick Westbrook, there's a chance of upside, right? So maybe 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3 times he ends up being a player that's super valuable in a punt. And with us getting Westbrook at 13, I don't love that price until I see Ben Simmons go for, what did Simmons go for? 40, I think. Can I see that from this angle? I can't see it. Round by round. Ben Simmons went for 41. So in context, that puts our Westbrook bid. I've seen them go in very similar places in the draft. I do know that Ben Simmons had an excellent first preseason game, and the Nets are playing right now, so he could be having another great game. I'm not going to go ahead and pull that up because I have 55 freaking browsers open, and I need to focus on trying to draft. Jamal Murray for 55. I think he's way overpriced already. And he's going to be going to the Jason Tatum owner, who got Tatum at 74, which is a fine price. Again, guys, you know, if you're watching this and your eyes are bleeding, there's $300 on every team instead of $200, which is a normal auction. Jalen Brown is interesting. Jalen Brown is interesting here. One thing that I think is cool, I'm reasonably certain. So the commissioner is Kame team, and I did another video about suspecting him of cheating. I'm now certain, 100% that the guy is cheating. And I went back and I found his player history, and I looked at the teams that he did. And of the 7 teams that he had last year, 3 of them, he went punt points and, free throw and threes. He went punt, free throw, and 3. So if I can predict what he's going for, there's a very good chance that I can build a punt that doesn't line up with him. I also see some players that are getting rid of like a lot of money early. I mean, I say that I spent a lot of money, but I spent it on Joker, who theoretically has no upper limit. Like, he's so young, so healthy, so broken. Like, you know, he can just single-handedly kind of carry your team. And it doesn't really matter what scoring setting we're on here in terms of the auction or the roster settings. Like, Joker is worth infinite waiver wire players. So when you have Joker, then you also have a lineup like this that lets you kind of like move waiver wire things around. I think we're gonna have the opportunity to. Okay, I gotta pay attention because Steph's price is like really low right now, and I don't like the frequency of these bids. The bids are happening a little slow. If we see the clock get down to like 3, we have to get in and bid on Steph. Steph needs to be going for like at least 75, if not more. We can't let Steph go for 67. The bid's really slowing. People are scared. Okay, it's getting back up there. Again, noticing that the commissioner isn't bidding. I suspect he's going to be in on players like DeJounte Murray, Tyrese Halliburton, Time Lord. We might be doing a Steph and Joker build. Yeah, I think this price for Steph is incredible, actually. This is an incredibly discounted Steph Curry. Who's bidding? The guy that got Embiid for 85? This is like getting Curry for 50 in a regular auction. 52. This is the equivalent to getting Curry at 53, 54, 54. All right. 55. 54, 55. That's a really cheap Steph Curry. We're down to $100. We have 3 players. The other draft begins in 8 minutes. Guys, I hope I feel better about the other draft. We have, oh my God, we have Russell Westbrook, Nicoli Jokic, and Steph Curry. We got upside, and we have a third of our budget left. We spent a third of our budget on 3 players. Very, very interesting situation that we have going on now. Man, wow. This is nuts. This is crazy. I feel like this is the least in control that I've ever been. I'm usually dictating. I'm usually pushing people's buttons. Our team has good field goal percentage, obviously good free throw percentage, good threes. We've spent so much more money than everyone else, so we can't put too much stock in this, except for the percentages. I don't think I want to think about punting yet. I think that we just need to be focused on value players the rest of the way. So we need to target guys that are going to go for $10 to $15, and we need to get like 6 or 7 of them, and then we'll play the rest of it in the waiver wire. So when I say 10 to 15, those are players that would normally go for 7 to 10. So who are those players? Let's check it out. So we're thinking of guys like Mike Conley. Herb Jones is going to be our guy. Mike Conley. Marcus Smart. Gordon Hayward's going to be our guy. Bobby Portis for sure. We just need to stock up on these like fringe 100 players. Rob Covington, Al Horford. It's really good trade price. Andrew Wiggins. Gary Trent. Brandon Clark. Lauri Markkanen. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and expose Robert Williams. Yeah. We're going to expose the commish. My theory is the commish is going to bid hard on Robert Williams. I think that is a thing that the commissioner will do. We'll see. I could be wrong. He had Rob Williams on most of his teams last year, and he also liked to punt 3-pointers and free throw percentage. Rob Williams, 23. Commissioner has not bid. See, we don't have depth. So one thing that you want to consider, guys, structurally, is if you go for a stars and scrubs approach, you can't invest in players that are already hurt because you don't have the depth to survive it. So like right now, if something happens to Steph Curry, then like 70% of the money. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. 35% ish of the money that I've spent already is just gone, and it's not helping me. So I need to hope for health for Steph and Joker. A little bit of risk there on Steph, obviously. I got to hope for health for them, and I got to surround them with guys that can help immediately. So I do like to see the $30 of Rob Williams off the board. I think that's a very fair price for him to go off the board, but also that's money that can't hurt us, right? That money's not going to be able to hurt us later. We'll take JaVale McGee for $2. We'll be very happy with it. I don't think it's going to last. Yeah. And we're letting people overbid here. We feel better about Westbrook for 13 when we see McGee go for 6 or 7 or whatever this ends up being. It's an interesting strategy, though, to throw out, real fringe, like 90 to 130 range players and see if you can pick them up on the cheap early. It looks like everyone in this draft is clever enough that nobody's going to get anything for absolute free. Now, for the rest of this draft, we're going to have the other draft of mine is starting in 3 minutes. I'm going to be looking down at my phone. I'm going to be using my phone a lot. Also going to have Basketball Monster pulled up on this laptop. Ooh. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already, especially if you're watching this far. It really helps me out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's been difficult. Not difficult. I'm sorry. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, interacting with you guys. I got some really cool video ideas coming up. One of them is going to be, I'm going to draft from every different price point that Yahoo has. So I'll do a $20 draft, a $50 league, a $100 league. I already did one of those. And then you guys, most of the ones I'll be in will be like $250, $500, $1,000 the rest of the way. So you guys will have a really cool opportunity to see what the talent level looks like at different places. So I think that that'll be good for you guys. What I'm going to do, because I don't want to manage the sorry, but LaMelo Ball is way too cheap at $61. Guys are out of their mind. This guy got anyone yet? Doing some head math. Okay, other people are getting in on this. We only have 100, so it's still too cheap. Oh, God. Oh, that's a great price. Rain's rad team has Kyrie, James Harden, LaMelo Ball, Rob Williams. Rain's a good player. We played against Rain in a bunch of different leagues. Rain is also somebody that saw the cheating and questioned it in the chat. We'll get into that in another video. I play against, so especially at the higher level where it's like $1,000 buy-in, $500 buy-in. There's guys that I've played last year, 6 leagues, 7 leagues. Some guys I've been playing against for like 4, 5, 6 years. So I know Rain's a sharp player. I'd say he's having a better draft than me, honestly. He got Kyrie for 58, James Harden for 73. We paid 79 for Steph Curry, so we paid a little more for Curry than he paid for Harden. LaMelo Ball is just a great price. Maybe a little overpay for Rob Williams, but that's a good draft so far. The commissioner has spent $0. This 42 for Cade seems outrageous. I mean, let's see, like 26. Yeah, it's like 27, 26, 27. I'm going to get so good at multiplying things by 1.5 at the end of this multi-hour draft that I'm doing. This is nuts. So our strategy is going to be to surround Joker and Steph Curry with just a lot of cheap end of the bench guys. That's what we're going to save all our money for. Now, one thing that's interesting to consider here is that RJ Barrett, what do we do? What is I was just complimenting how smart it felt like everybody was. It felt like guys were competitive, and as soon as I say that, you guys got to go full monkey. $21 already. There's no universe. There's no universe. Did RJ Barrett? Man, I don't. Okay, the other draft is starting, so I wanted to pull up like the preseason scores and see if like something nuts is happening right now. $26. This train has no brakes. Is this RJ Barrett himself? The only way this makes sense is if this is literally actually RJ Barrett. $26 RJ Barrett, even with the plus 50. Thank you, timer. I know it's happening. Okay, my other draft is live. Ja Morant is the first person up in the regular draft. Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard because one draft is $200 values and the other draft, the other draft is $300 values. It's gonna be so hard to adjust. Oh man, no, oh no. Guys, you're watching a man die on the stream. You're just watching me die. That's what's gonna happen here. I'm just in defense mode. I mean, I guess here's the thing. When you have Steph and you have Joker, like literally anything's possible. We could just put together a literal waiver wire team from here and potentially be incredibly competitive. So I'll tell you what, we're going to be making sure we get Bobby Portis and Robert Covington and keep some of our defensive optionality here. We want high steal players, I think. Blocks, we're tempted to kind of go pump blocks. None of the players that we have already are good at blocks. Like Joker's not a blocks guy. In punt blocks. Come on. DeJounte Murray is activated in the next draft. He had a really good game yesterday, so I expect people to be aggressively bidding on him, plus it's super early. Rudy Gobert goes out there in the other draft. I definitely have to keep track of which one's which. We're the winning bid right now on DeJounte Murray in the other draft. Rudy Gobert is at 44, which is a perfectly normal price for him. And we also see the commissioners coming in to bid. We are at our max bid for DeJounte Murray at 44. We will let him go. We got DeJounte Murray. So since this video won't be on the screen anyway, I'm going to go for the punt points build that I did in another video and I did last year to some success. So this phone is going to be punting points. It's something that I feel like I can do pretty regularly now in my head. I know those builds kind of forward and backwards, so we don't have to worry about the phone as much, and we can give the full attention to this cheater draft. Oh no, Kelly O. Kelly O's our guy. How high can Kelly O go? Okay. Rain got him for 2. I thought someone else was going to bid. He's not in our queue, though. Even though we like Kelly, we like Vandy better. Need to add Vandy to the queue. Vanderbilt. Yeah. Also, Jaden McDaniels looked really good for a deeper league like this. Tyrese Maxey has had a very strong preseason. Trying to do that 50% math in my head. How do I get it back to Maxey? Okay, there we go. Kevin Durant in the other league is up right now. Anthony Edwards has gone for 37. Ja Morant went for 32. We have DeJounte Murray at 44. 44 would track to be a high second rounder, if you're thinking of it in terms of snake. Fred VanVleet. Interesting Fred VanVleet values this year. So in a lot of punt field goal builds, Fred VanVleet was an absolute monster last year. The Raptors are looking at a lot of new lineups that I think involve Fred less. I think they're incentivized to reduce the wear and tear on Fred so that he can be healthy for the postseason. So the commissioner who is a cheater, has got Rudy Gobert with his first bid at $54. Slight overpay for Rudy Gobert, but it looks like the commissioner is going to go for a punt, free throw, and threes. Definitely punt, free throw build with that much money being spent. So what we're going to do is we're going to try with a little bit of money that we have. We're going to try to bid up the commissioner a little bit and make sure that he doesn't get anybody too cheap. Kevin Durant just went for 55 in the phone draft. It's a very fair price for Kevin Durant, maybe even a little cheap, but he's older with the injury risk, so that's where you're going to be at. Fred VanVleet is up to $39. That looks like it's still a lot of value. Who got him? Rain got him again. All right, we weren't paying attention. Kind of want to bid up Rain a little bit. I feel like he's done too good of a job, but I really want to make sure that I go after the commissioner because the commissioner is 100% cheating. Like 100% confirmed. No doubt in my head. No doubt in my mind. Commissioner's a cheater. Full stop. We'll do a whole video. We did one already. Don't forget to like it. We did one video already on the commissioner. We didn't have all the evidence. We have a lot more evidence now. Like a ton more. So I think you guys will be pretty shocked at what you see. So Tyrese should be a $60 player at least, if not way more. Joel Embiid on the phone. $56. Commissioner comes in. Nothing cheap, nothing easy. So I have seen Tyrese in my competitive expert leagues go for $50 regularly. So that tells me 72 to 75. Joel Embiid goes for 61 in the traditional draft. He paid 50 for Rudy. So let's think about that. I mean, if we get stuck at 76, we get stuck at 76. Yeah. I think we start to pull back now. We made him pay we made him pay a fair price. He paid as much for Tyrese as someone else paid for Kevin Durant. So we feel good about that. Let's get a player we don't need out there. Nicoli Jokic on the board in the other league that I'm not that I'm going pump points in. I gotta remind myself what I'm doing. Oh my god, this is so hard. This is so hard. Wow. Wow. Nicoli Jokic going for 73 and rising in the other league that I'm playing on my phone right now. Drafting 2 leagues at once, $450 on the line. I actually wish I could play more. Like if there was a way that I could get more money in. One, I think it's just entertaining for you guys on the channel, and I eventually hope to build the channel up to where it's like 5,000, 10,000 subs. That's like a goal for next season, not this season. This season, we're going to hit 1,000 sometime in the next week, which is really cool. So I think if we could finish this season at like 2,000, 2,500, I'd be pretty happy with that. And then I really want to build a community. Like I hate people that like sell picks and stuff. I'm never going to do that. I give away my top 100 rankings for free. And I have guys instant message me all the time. Like here's my goal, right? My goal is to make just a small amount of money, a couple $100 a month to justify my time off of the views, right? And then I want to give away the conversation, the philosophy, the strategy. I want us to, constantly be learning and being better players. That's what I want. I hate the guys that have some secret formula that they don't share with you. And they come in and I got to start doing some head math because DeJounte's a player that we're a big fan of. So we normally go in for DeJounte like up to like 44, I think is our cutoff. If you guys are listening to me carefully, I think you're going to slowly get my auction prices from me. Yeah, so we were comfortable going 44 with DeJounte and the other one. So like 60, 66, 62 to 66 we should be comfortable with. I also think the commissioner's going to bid. Yeah, he does. He's right here. Yeah, he jumps in. You guys see that on OBS? Oh, you guys can't see it. Commissioner is like down here. So if it looks like I'm talking to myself, that's because he's like the bottom. You can't see it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna live over here now, so you can see that. I'm sorry for the user experience. If oh no, oh no, it's okay. Okay, so DeJounte's up. That price is too low. Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. If the commish is gonna get DeJounte, he is gonna pay for DeJounte. That is for certain. Ooh, that's a good DeJounte price. That's a great DeJounte price. Incredible, actually. I actually feel a lot better about this team. There's some synergy developing, too. There's some real synergy developing. So we have 2 first-rounders and a second-rounder. And we have 1/6 of our money left. But one of those is Joker. Joker. Nicoli Jokic. I mean, why not get Zion at this point, right? 35, we're out. We're out. We don't have that kind of money. We don't have that kind of money. So what do we get DeJounte more? We got DeJounte for 55. What is the equivalent math on that? So 40, half of 40 is 20. 20 would be 60. So we got him for like 38. I love that. I love that. In the other league, Luka Doncic goes for 58. Giannis goes for 60. Zion's price kind of skyrocketed there for a while. I love Russ's synergy with DeJounte and Nicoli Jokic as punt 3 guys. We might trade Steph for some depth later. Dame Lillard out on the board. Three IR spots in the league I'm doing on my phone. So we will go up to like $14 for Rob Will. A lot of players bidding on him, though. It's kind of lightly concerning. It's actually very comforting that like Damian Lillard is over my budget. That's an incredible price for Dame. But we don't have to worry about it. I can just kind of commentate and talk about that with you guys as this draft happens. Kind of like semi-focus on the phone draft. We're at $12, which is the exact price we got Rob Will for in the last draft that we did. See if he... Nope. Okay, so the guy that is bidding against us is Rob Will, now climbs to 14. He has Giannis and just Giannis. Just has Giannis. But we're in pump points, so we'll go up to 20 on Rob Will. He got Giannis at $60, which is an incredible price. Okay, we got Rob Williams. We want money off the board. Actually, let's go LeBron because we're going pump points. So we don't need LeBron, but let's get that other Giannis owner involved in the action. Simmons for 14. I do think guys are overpaying from what I've seen so far for guys that are in like that 70 to 100 range. It'll be interesting to see how the money shakes out. We're going to be in this draft for a long time. So you just relax. Stay there with me and we'll do this draft together. So at 52, $11 is held. We can spend about $5 a player on the players that are left. Maybe, yeah, probably none of the players in my queue will be $5 players. So we need to be strategic about which core players we go for. LeBron goes for 40 in the phone draft. Yes, we stand mighty. I want the average stats. Rain's beating us and Cool Cat's beating us. That's fair. They got more players than us. Steph Curry in the phone draft. LeBron James. Ooh, I thought LeBron was going to go. Oh, he went for 40 in the phone draft. I'm going crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell. Just in case there's any doubt that I'm doing, like if you guys think I've been lying to you this entire time, this is the other draft that is happening live. You guys can see the ticker price going up as people bid. There's Steph at 49, 50. So I'm literally trying to do two drafts at once here. LeBron at 51. That's an excellent price in this build, in this league, because that's like getting LeBron for, I'm not going to do the math, but very cheap. Very cheap. Oh no, you don't want to do that. This guy DK has autoed out and he's nominated. That's not good. That's not good. You don't want to do that, buddy. Now, I will say that this is a good draft to do that in because the player values are messed up. I don't think the computer would bid too crazy. Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba had a pretty good preseason game from the one I watched. Not necessarily from the stats, but like just how he was moving. He looked good. Commissioner is 100% punting free throw. He might also be punting points. We made him spend on Tyrese. Like, Tyrese is a great player, but we made him get his money in order to get Tyrese. So we feel good about that. Rudy, he probably got Rudy a little too cheap, if I'll be honest. Like, he's in his zone. He's in his element. He knows what he wants to do. He knows who his targets are. We do have some tradability probably with Westbrook. Westbrook will definitely DeJounte Murray. I don't know. Making it up as I go along, trying to do two drafts at once. Cade Cunningham goes for $33 in the phone draft. You love to see it. Love to see it. $33 off the board. I got to remind myself who we even have. Results, my team. We have DeJounte and we have Rob Williams. And we have like most of our money left. Does it show how much money I have left? I don't even know how to see that. That's not good. Anthony Davis on the board. Team auto bidding for him. So this should be probably like a $60, $62 player, depending on how scared of people's injury risk there. Okay. The phone is punt points. Those are the players that I bid on. Anthony Davis for 44. Oh my God. Way too cheap. That Anthony Davis price is incredible. $44. So that'd be the equivalent to like, it's like a $27, $28, $30. That's like a $30 bid. $29 Anthony Davis. Incredible. We spent all of our money on Jimmy Butler. We tried, guys. We tried. I love Jimmy's hairstyle that he kept for like one day. Oh, man. I wonder who. Okay, so if I'm predicting the commissioner, he probably goes for like Jakob Poeltl, Jared Allen, Chris Paul, maybe. I don't know who his other guard, what his other guard plans are. Sengun goes in the phone draft for $17, which is normal price. Jimmy Butler at $50 is right on value. I wouldn't mind seeing him go a little more. That's solid though. Good price for Jimmy Butler. Although with Jimmy going for 48, that makes us feel a lot better about our 55 DeJounte Murray. A lot better. That Murray value is going to look really nice. I think we're pretty much set for assists with the 4 that we have right now. And we've got some solid scoring. We're going to look for like cheap scoring. Yeah. So we have 4 players. A lot of other teams have 4. A couple teams have 5 and 6. So I like our scoring potential for sure. Especially like the counterbalance of Anthony Davis, right? So Anthony Davis has a big injury risk. When he's out, they tend to play smaller lineups. Russ has more room to operate. And we like to bet against, I mean, we actually hope all players stay healthy, but being realistic, just Anthony Davis's body at this point, you can't expect him to stay healthy. Okay. On the phone, we're going to pay attention because Tyrese Halliburton is up. We already got DeJounte Murray. So we'll be in on Holly up to 50. We need to figure out who we're bidding against on this as well. Patrick has no players. Our turn to nominate. Zach Levine. Oh, it already did it for us. Herb Jones. Okay, well, we're never going to be able to afford him. Damn, we put someone in our queue up by accident. That's a mistake. Sure, we get Hallie. You know, we'd like to get Herb here, but I think we're going to need a little more scoring. Who came in there? Guy who has Sengun. Big prices for Halliburton. He's up to 49 in the phone draft. Who got Herb Jones? G415 for 12. Wow, Hallie up to 50 and rising. I think we're still okay with it, though. 51 for Tyrese. Definitely not the best value we've ever had for Tyrese. We're at 53 for Tyrese. We're thinking about bailing on it. $54 for Tyrese. We're going punt points. One more pop. We're not bidding again, so he can have him at 56. 55 for Tyrese makes us play catch up. Yeah, he's gonna get him at 56. That's a good price. You paid for him, you got him, buddy. Robert gets him. Joel Embiid paired with Tyrese. We lose Tyrese. Good defense though. Like, and you lose a player that you want in your build, it's nice when you see that player go for so much money. And, you know, 56 is not going to be overpaying for Tyrese by any stretch of the imagination, but we already own Hallie in a couple different builds. And, wow, that Paul George price is incredible. 46 Paul George is just amazing. Wow, there's so many deals in this draft. I think we got robbed, guys. I mean, well, it's hard to tell, right? Paul George for basically $10 less than DeJounte, which is really 7.5 in this world. I don't know. It's not our best draft, guys. You know, we always have the opportunity. We don't just give up midway through the draft. We got to fight. This is our entire season. Well, let me give you guys a little pep talk if you're still watching, okay? If you make a bad pick or an auction, especially when you have 2 different phones and a guy's cheating and the rules are changed, you don't make excuses, okay? You focus. Keep adjusting based on the scenario, based on the money that you have, based on the rules of what you're playing, right? This draft is the whole season. Now, you can't win a league. You cannot win a league in the draft, but you can lose it. So, like, every little bit of extra value that you can eke out is massive. Massive value when you're considering putting teams together like this. At the end of the day, we could say whatever we want. We have Nicoli Jokic. That's like the wild card. This is the guy who's just so good that, like, Nicoli Jokic is worth more than Trey and James Harden put together. That's how good he was last year. And he doesn't have an injury risk. And he doesn't have DeJounte Murray coming to take his usage. James Harden in the phone draft just went for 53. So we made him pay first round price for Tyrese Halliburton. He paid firmly first round price at 56. That's like the 6th to 8th pick in the draft. Chris Middleton, it's tough because he's hurt, right? So he's hurt to start the season. We don't know how he's going to be playing. I don't have up to date, like I didn't check the injury risk news on Chris Middleton as of today. I know he's expected back at the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's the first week, first month. He hasn't been in, he's a very solid player all around, but he hasn't been in a lot of the builds that I've looked at. Julius Randle on my top screen, Kyrie Irving on my bottom screen. I feel like a squirrel chasing a nut. That nut is a championship ring. This is going to be like 2 hours of talking, by the way. I'm gonna totally lose my voice. Is anyone still watching? Is anybody entertained? I don't know. Tell me in the comment section if you're still watching an hour in. Are you in the 1 hour club? Bottom screen, Kyrie Irving's currently at $41. I have to do the math back in my head. That's on value for Kyrie. We don't need to bid him up anymore. In my phone auction draft, there are 2 players who haven't bid at all yet, which does not make me feel warm things in my heart. There tends to be players that hold too much money for too long. One of the guys who had all of his money left gets Kyrie for 45. That's a very fair price. Where does Gordon Hayward go? I think he's going to be more. We have about $5 to spend per player. So we'll make the $5 bid. That's a, oh shit. Never mind. Never mind. Gordon Hayward goes. We're trying to target $5 players unless we see someone absolutely insane. We're going to try to put as much depth. And by depth, I mean like we're going to try to get a couple players that are like in the 75 to 100 range that we think have a little bit of upside. Gordon Hayward, big injury risk, but definitely has the opportunity to produce top 75 value. But here's the thing. We have $52 left, and 11 of that is reserved for player slots. So we have $40 of wiggle room. So I'm making the executive decision that because we have such talent concentrated in our big 3, we're going to be targeting like $4 to $6 players. We're going to build a little bit of depth around our stars. We have a lot of assists already, so we don't really need to worry about that. We're light on threes, but that's one of the easiest categories to stream. Phone draft, Karl Anthony Towns going for 49. Karl Anthony Towns is very scary right now because he, like, 3 days ago was cleared to walk. He's got a history of getting really sick. And this is, like, personal, but it's crazy because these guys are millionaires and it's also public. I'm really sympathetic. I believe it was his mom. It was either his mom or his grandma, but I think it was his mom died of COVID. So, like, that, like, there's a history of him getting really sick. When he had COVID, he had it really bad. So he's probably got, like, a family autoimmune system thing. So, like, you really feel bad for him. But a player his age, his health, being young, being in shape, and you can barely walk because you get sick, you got to feel for the guy. But also in fantasy, you got to be realistic about it, right? Like, is he going to be able to have a year like he had last year? Even if he was completely healthy, you have Rudy Gobert coming in, and how do they fit together? The expectations for the Timberwolves are very different this year. Josh Giddey is great, and I think that this price is pretty cheap. But, man, I don't trust the Thunder as far as I can throw them. And he's going to go for a price where we're not going to play with our 4th best player being Josh Giddey. We refuse to do that. We need more consistency. What I'm worried is going to happen is I get so used to the inflated prices up here that I'm going to look down at my phone and see a player that's fairly priced, and I'm going to be like, super cheap, and I'm going to smash that button. 36, we're happy to see the commissioner get Giddey here for like 37 to 40 in the triple or quad punt that he's going to be doing. Evan Mobley is out there right now in the phone build. We can kind of ignore him a little bit. 40 to the commissioner. We made him pay top dollar. Giddey has a lot of potential, and he also has a lot of potential to get shut down. So I don't think that was particularly sharp A lot of people are talking about how he looked in the preseason. Guys, preseason is, Poku is a player that we want. We will spend the full $7 on Pokuševski. And he might get shut down too, but we're going to spend it. We got to make sure that we're ready to nominate up here. How many more until we nominate? Okay, 4 more nominations up here, because we don't want another player in our queue to get nominated. If you fail to make a nomination in auction, then the next player you have in your queue. So for us, that'd be Mike Conley would get nominated. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Levine in our queue, and I'm going to drag him all the way to the top, just in case that happens again. It's a player that we don't care about. This video is going to be... Well, actually, I say that. I think it'll speed up now. There are 15 slots, but a lot of guys spend a lot of money. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, 4 guys that have half their money left. Isaiah Jackson. So when you're getting Isaiah Jackson, you're really, really betting that something horrible happens to Miles Turner or he gets traded. Because if Miles Turner's still on that team at the end of the year, you pretty much wasted this money. So it's a gamble. I like it. I spend 13 on Westbrook. Would have loved to have spent 10. I think with players going 15 for gambles like Isaiah Jackson, I think it's totally fair. It's really like a $10 gamble. It's a little more than I'd like to spend, but blocks are hard to come by. Rebounds are hard to come by if you're a punt free throw team. Let's see if we can identify some builds here. LeBron, nothing really there to identify. We'll do the other way. It's a better view for you guys. Anthony Davis in the phone build. Sabonis and Bam potentially punt free throw here. Luka, Giannis definitely punt free throw here. Rudy Gobert punt free throw here. So we're interested in Anthony Davis. He's currently at $38. We're out at 40. We are the high bidder at 40 for Anthony Davis. And we're out. He's really cheap right now. I know he was held out with back soreness. We're in a punt points build, and the one that we let Anthony Davis go. Donovan Mitchell price is incredible. I mean, Mitchell should be like $40 to $45 even in this scenario. What? Or we spend all of our money on Donovan Mitchell. What is it, guys? I don't know. Rudy Gobert is up 35 in the build that we're punting points. We're at 37 on Rudy in the phone build. Donovan Mitchell, we're happy to see him go for that much. Who's bidding against us? Same guy who bid against us on doesn't make any sense. He's got Embiid and Halliburton, and he's trying to bid into the 40s for Rudy Gobert. Only has $83 though. I'm tempted to let Rudy go, and then I let Rudy go for 40 there. My reasoning for it is that we're kind of more worried about assists, and now that guy has no money left. He put it all into his top 3 players. He's going to have real problems with scoring. You don't want to put that much money into Embiid. So, like, in terms of us bidding against him, we feel a lot better. Draymond Green is now in the phone build. We nominated Zach LaVine out there. Ben Simmons. So there's 4 teams that are in free throw punt. Ben Simmons, Zion, Rudy Gobert, Josh Giddey, Jackson, Sabonis. That's going to be super interesting. Those guys are going to be bidding against each other a lot. We're bidding on Draymond Green in the pump points build. He's at $5. We'll go up to 15 on him. Draymond punching Jordan Poole in a practice. Vucevic Zach LaVine goes for 32. Seems pretty cheap to me. Nicoli Jokic. Okay, so guys, there's 12 teams here, and there's 4 that are clearly going for punt free throw. 1. This is so annoying. 1. Ooh. I'm not really 1. Huh? Maybe this one. I get him? I got him. I got Draymond for $10. Excellent value. Pump points is like incredibly strong this year. Where's the commissioner at? Josh Giddey, Isaiah Jackson, Rudy Gobert. Maybe he's doing pump points. I don't know. I don't know what anyone's doing. Nothing makes sense to me. Nicoli Jokic is going to go for like $50 in this weird scoring system. Or at 438. Nothing makes sense. I wish I'd saved my money for more of the mid-tier guys. They seem cheaper than I thought they would be. Honestly. But I don't hate. I mean, Russell Westbrook, you could say like $4 less for him in a perfect world after a good preseason game. But happy with that. Let's go back to looking at these teams and see what we can't figure out. So, okay, you've already committed to Ben Simmons and Zion. This guy's definitely punt free throw. And this guy's definitely punt free throw. And this is the commissioner, and we also bid him up. And this guy's like pretty much punt free throw. So, with all that being said, we should get some value. I think these guys are going to be bidding against each other on big men. Like really, really bidding against each other on big men. Paul George out in the phone league. I don't have any interest in him because I'm pump points. Jamal Murray looked pretty good from the preseason highlights that I saw. I've been pretty low on him, but I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I saw some summer training videos from him, and he looked pretty slow. Really want to see players healthy. Want to see them rehab. I need to get ankle surgery at some point next year. Been putting that off for way too long. Also been getting a little chubby. Need to drink more water and less beer. That Paul George price is incredible. $32. I'm just going to bid up. I don't really care if I get him or not. You're going to let me have Paul George for $32? Wow. It's cheap, Paul George. It's hard because I'm in a pump points build, but I think we can survive because of how cheap we got some of the other guys. Yeah, we can survive. We normally put money into Holly there. Paul George is going to be trade bait for someone else later, but we're committed to pump points there. I don't want to confuse you guys. You like, where's Paul George? He's in the phone. Okay, he's in the phone. And on my channel, there's no way you haven't already liked and subscribed if you're an hour and 10 minutes into this video. But on my channel, I will post recaps of both drafts, like a 5-6 minute, maybe 7-minute video recap of each draft separately. And I'll give this one the conversation that it deserves. I have got at least 7 more drafts lined up. If you guys want to do a draft with me in like the 100 to 250 range, message me on Instagram, Stram Show. I'm looking for more fans that want to do a draft. We'll like all jump into a Yahoo public league. I don't really want to create a private league and be the commissioner. It's a lot of work. I'd rather let just like Yahoo handle it, and then we all know what the rules are and we play standard. I played 3,000 into leagues last year. It's become really hard for me to spend that. Like I want to spend more. I'd want to spend like $5,000 this year, but it's just hard to get that many teams. Like I found one league so far for 1,000. I'm looking for another one for 1,000. I'm in a couple 500s, but like most of the ones I'm getting into are 250s. So if you're gonna try, Laurie's our guy, but I'll bet he goes over 10 here. I'll bet he goes over 10. Let's get the $5 bid in, even though it's a prayer, and it's gone. And he's gone. Yeah. We're out when it goes over 10. We can't afford it. This guy's got 99 bucks left. He went for like a real, I don't know what he did. I don't know what the plan is. Just average guys, just a bunch of solid average guys. I don't consider RJ or Spencer average. I consider them below average. Julius Randle has a lot of question marks on him. Shea's hurt. Donovan's okay. Sadiq's okay. Tyrese is going to have a great year. So I really love one pick he made, compadres. Laurie's up to 14. Still probably a good deal for him. We are not the least amount of money left. Ooh, so since there's 4 punt free throw teams, Draymond's going to be expensive. So I just got Draymond in this build for $10 down here. And I'll bet Draymond goes for like, well, with the multiplier, I'll bet Draymond goes for like 20. We'll see. Don't make me look like a liar. Draymond for 12? Wow. Excellent price. Excellent price. That's like the equivalent to 8 in the other league. But Jared Allen should be expensive, right? Yeah, Jared Allen's going to be pricey. We got Jimmy Butler for 28. We're down to 70. We need to pump the... We probably have enough assists now, so we need to pump the brakes and try to get some more big men. It is sad that we got so much money tied up in... Not even sad. We got Paul George at $32, which is an incredible price. So we're not even sad about it. Not even sad about it. Jared Allen for 29. My head scratch is so scratched right now. I don't understand what these guys are doing. K-Dog gets him. Where's K-Dog? Where's K-Dog? Great job, K-Dog. That's a great price. I'm struggling to talk. I'm tired, guys. I worked today. Made a little content. Sabonis goes for 32 in the phone. I mean, Terry should be like a $35, $40, 40, 30, 35, $35 player. I don't want to punch on Terry. Part of me wants to punch in on Terry here and have no money left, but I think we're going to try to snipe. We're going to try to save some money for snipes. There's a lot of roster spots. Don't have any injured players yet. That's another thing. It's another thing. If I'm doing this math in my head right, it looks like we've overspent our money collectively as a group. Like, I'm trying to look at how many players have spent money, then how many roster spots are left, and it looks like most of these teams overspent a little bit. This team, DK's team, overspent a little bit. Even getting Anthony Davis on the cheap, they're going stars and scrubs. He's kind of locked out of competing with us. K-Dog's done a little better because he has more roster slots, but also the quality of his players is a lot lower. Try to keep it in this mode as much as possible for you guys. Jared Allen in the punt points build. We want Jared Allen. He's at 24 and rising. Going to a punt free throw owner. We're going to come in and just try to get him up a little bit. Sitting on Jared Allen at 30. I think we'll let him go. Yeah, we'll let him go at 31. Our turn to nominate. We'll throw Freddie out there. I don't think we're going to win Chris Paul, but that price to games played ratio is so insane right now. We'll try. I think people know. They know how good he is per game. We bid automatically on 2 here. Got such a good Draymond price. So 35 is still a great price for Chris Paul. I think like 43 is like on the money line where like he's still technically a little underpriced. We just got to try to make the commissioner, he's in punt points. We just got to try to make him pay. I mean, we'll take Chris Paul at 39. Yeah. Thank you, other players. We just can't let the commissioner get him. It's over our budget, so it's out of our hands. We can't play good cop anymore. So this commissioner, I'll talk about him for a second. This dude goes in and I don't even know what I have on this roster, dude. Okay, I reminded myself. I need Biggs. I need Biggs on the phone. Biggs on the phone. So the cool thing here is that he's not getting Chris Paul for a discount anymore, and he's going to be in our price range. Like he'll have, the commissioner will have similar money to us now going forward. It's crazy how cheap I was able in the early drafts. I was able to get Zion so cheap. I got him for $20, and now like I've been seeing him go for like 40. Just one preseason game and a couple dunks and a block. Chris Paul, $49. That makes us feel a lot better about our own 55 DeJounte Murray. I'll tell you that right now. We win Zion for $24 in our punt points that is no longer punting points build. We have DeJounte Murray, Paul George, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, and Zion. We'll just try to throw a couple centers around them, hold on for the first half of the year, and then, this will be the second time I thought Zion was too cheap in auction. I mean, 24, right? 24? Yeah, 24. I really can live with that. Zion's going to be a monster in everything except blocks. I think Spartans is a smart man. That DeAndre Ayton price is incredible. I think Christian Wood is going to be a really bad value this year, so let's go ahead and get him out there. Wish the commissioner had gotten Chris Paul. What I'm a little, I wouldn't say concerned. I want to play defense on this guy. We made him pay Rudy. I really made him pay Tyrese. Defense. The other guys made him pay for Giddey. Definitely paid top dollar for Jackson. So I feel okay. I feel like the cheater's not. As long as he's not getting ready. Ooh, Christian Wood at 20. I think the other managers also feel like I feel about Christian Wood. Not that high on him. How many mid-tier players do we have left? Okay, so like Drew, Miles Turner. The mid-tier really stops around like Tobias Harris. It stops at Podol. So like so we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. Like 16 guys that are solidly, they should be worth 20. So I'm doing so much math tonight. This is the most math I've done since college. So that's like 300. Yeah, that's like $300. Just eyeballing it. Like the top money is Spartans with 143. So we barely have 16 players worth of money. So there's going to be either some discounts here or some really cheap snipes going forward. And again, we have so much talent in our top 3 that it's 28. That seems high even with the 50% adjusted. Yeah, that's the craziest Mikal Bridges price that I've ever seen. We have how much money left? How much money do we have left? $46 in the punt. Oh, because we got Zion. I'm literally gonna forget. Literally gonna forget what I'm doing. Okay, so there's 4 punt free throw teams. So you would think Fox would go for at least 32. And also this chat is down here in the corner. You guys can see the chat here. Oh, I don't want to block the chat. There you go. So you guys can read what the players are talking about as it happens. Where am I out of the way? I don't want to be in the way anymore. Okay. Oh my God. Make myself a little smaller because you guys care about the basketball, not my receding hairline. There we go. Oh, I am exhausted. I'm going to lose my voice. They're going to be like, what happened? I was playing fantasy basketball and talking to myself for 2 hours. Yeah, but that guy's popular with the ladies. I'm not. I have a girlfriend, though. Love her very much. Not to brag. Her name is Jonathan Isaac, and she fucked me good. Oh, I cursed on the stream. I don't think it will matter. Like one curse, and I try not to curse because supposedly it messes with the algorithm, but we'll pretend I didn't say it. Thank you guys. It'll be our little secret. If you didn't hear me say it, just comment, oh, that's okay, I didn't hear you say it. I appreciate it, guys. Oh, Jordan Poole. Seems pretty cheap. I think we're in on Poole here. Especially it's like Steph insurance. It's a nice little handcuff. Give us reasonable Poole, please. Reasonable Jordan Poole. Did we get him for 14? No. Well, you know, we tried. We tried. Clint Capella, 16. Seems pretty fair, especially with the price adjustment. Ah! We were going to bid it up. I think he would have bid one more time. Gary Trent Jr., we like Gary Trent. How is he? So, see, that's what I don't understand how there's going to be enough money left. It doesn't quite make sense to me. Because Gary Trent Jr. would normally be like a 5 to 8 guy, and he's going to go for 11. Chris Paul is on the board right now. We're battling for him at 26. 27 on the phone. Gary Trent at 15. It's crazy money. Not the money that we have. If we get Chris Paul here, we are dangerously short on big men now. We're out on Paul. Kind of have too much Paul exposure. We were able to get our assists kind of like as a committee on the phone with DeJounte, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, Paul George. We have enough. Miles Turner should explode in value here. What do we have left? We have $52 left. Commissioner knows. We won't let him go cheap. He's got to be at least like $40 player. Money is so weird. Really weird money. Some of these bids, like this is just, I think people don't understand how to do the plus 50%. Wow. Wow. That's like getting Miles Turner. Did he get injured tonight? I'm questioning everything. Did he get traded? We have $26. It doesn't make any sense. $25 Miles Turner, $26 Miles Turner doesn't make any sense. That's like getting him for. My brain is broken. My brain is broken from doing all of the math. It's broken. I'm an hour and a half into this. I'm double drafting 2 different screens at once. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. Half of that would be 9. It's like somewhere between, it's like 17.5. It's like getting Miles Turner for 17.5. I've never seen him go that cheap. I don't understand why Isaiah Jackson goes for. Let's put Terry up. No, let's put Levine up in the phone build. Phone draft's coming together pretty nicely. The phone draft is incredible compared to what's going on with our phone draft is just crushing it with value everywhere. We got value on like every pick. I don't think we got value on every pick. Arguably, maybe not DeJounte, but that's okay. We have a plan. So we only have $26 left. We have to fill 10 slots. So, we're not going to have a ton of options. A lot of money is going to go off the board with these guys, I think. A lot of money is going to go off the board. Especially because of how many punt free throw guys there are. As a strategy in the regular season, we don't need to have a crushing free throw percentage because there's so many teams that are punt free throw. Look at the standings for a second. Yeah, so like these teams are just always going to be garbage at free throw. These 3 teams, really these 4 teams, we're never going to be able to catch. I don't think we can catch them. So we've soft punted free throw, and we're better than the bad teams, but we really can't catch. In a normal week, we shouldn't be able to catch these guard-based teams. I missed an entire auction. I don't know who just went. It was De'Aaron Fox for 17. Pretty cheap De'Aaron Fox. So if we have the core 5 guys that we have here, and we can walk away with like 3 of the guys that are in our queue right now, and then the rest is like $1, $2 snipes. Let's play that out. So we have $26, 10 slots, take $10 off. We can do 2 $5 to $6 players and then save the rest for $2 snipes at the exact end of the draft. And what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of some of these players are just going to run out. No, I say people are going to run out of slots. I think people are going to run out of money before they run out of slots in this draft, unless something radically changes. I like our team more. Like as more, I mean, obviously we only have 5 of our 15 players, but we don't have a player who's starting the season injured. That's a big advantage. So like there's a bunch of guys like Chris Middleton, Time Lord, arguably Ben Simmons, right? There's players that Michael Porter Jr., players that are either coming off of injury or starting the season injured, and they're being slowly brought up. For the regular season, we have an opportunity to get a big lead here and slowly churn through the waiver wire because we're going to have such trash guys at the bottom of it. We know who our stars are. We have 4 really strong players, and we have 4 players that are like comfortably top 25 to 30 players, with 2 of them comfortably being top 10 players. So if we can do a good job of sniping and do a good job in our final rounds to round out this roster, we're gonna have some power here. Just checking in on the money situation for my other draft, which looks like it's going about as good as I could ask for. The team with the most money in the other draft is a punt free throw team who will be competing with me. Nick Claxton is currently up. I actually like Claxton a lot this year. Who is bidding against us for Claxton? Drew Holiday going for $29, which is over our budget. We get Claxton for $4. I'm pretty happy with that. We only have 6 roster spots left for the phone team, and we have $42. So between $6 and $7 a player, and we'll get cheap bigs where we can. Jakob Poeltl, we want him, we need him, we love him. We'll see what the price comes out to. Our turn to nominate. Up here, let's get Kristaps out there. Checking to see if Clint Capella has already been drafted. I think he has. He hasn't, not in this one. And Anye looks pretty good as well. We're up to 18 on Jakob. We're going to start to consider dumping him at this point. Well, let me see, we say that. I don't think we're going to dump him. We have Zion. We're holding $18. I like that. I like this. This team down here that you can't see, this team is sexy. This team is sexy. Our team up here is fighting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to put regular updates on how the teams do. I also like to have discussions in the comment section. What do I mean by a discussion? Okay. If you say, hey, who should I draft? I'm never going to answer you directly. I'm never going to tell you that. I don't want to make your picks for you. But if you ask me a question like, hey, you know, how do you consider a punt free throw? How do you value correlatory categories, right? Categories that trend. So if you have a really good scoring team, you tend to also have a really good three-point shooting team, for example. Ask me good questions, and not only will I respond, I might make a video about it so that other people can see your good questions. But what I consider bad questions, how much would everyone pay for Wemby if he were in the NBA right now? I'm going to answer yes. You guys can see the conversation happening in the chat over this way. Yeah. Talking about Wemby. I thought I was clever. I think it's just tired deliriousness. Okay, Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a big dog. He is now available in the punt points build on the phone. We have $24 left. He's over our budget. Out of our hands, not our problem. We have 5 roster spots left. This team is maybe the strongest one that I've made so far. Just a little light on assists, but not that light. Not that light. I think we'll try to get Anye. Paulo goes for 12. I think we like the money around Ben Simmons too down here. We'll see what he goes for. There's not as many punt free. There's one punt free throw team in this world. We'll go Westbrook all day. Oh, that's crazy. Look at this, guys. It's a unicorn miracle. Desmond Bane on the phone draft and Desmond Bane. We got double Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane on both drafts. It doesn't mean anything. Isn't that cool? This isn't entertaining. This is painful. I'm in pain. I'm gonna lose my voice for this. Also, I'm sweating. Like the computers, all the computers and lights, I put lights on so you guys can see my face, which was a mistake. There's too much lighting now. I don't know why I got so excited about Double Bane. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, guys. Please don't hate me forever. Oh, we're back. We'll lose any concurrent viewers we had left. Remember, guys, you remember when I thought we were going to get Bobby Portis? For cheap? 9 was still pretty cheap. It does not bode well for us rounding out our roster, actually. We're going to have to fight for some deep value. Tell you what, Compadres is maybe going to have money left over. He has $44 left and 3 slots. So Compadres needs to immediately target the top players that are left, because you do not want to get left with Sengun wouldn't be the one that I would do, but okay, buddy. He went for a really mid-deep team. Like, this dude wants to be as deep as possible, which, like, so many teams make the playoffs. I don't know if that's a great strategy. In this league, 8 teams make the playoffs, which is a lot. No buys, which is also interesting. And I'll do a whole video on how the commissioner is trying to cheat. I mean, he tried to cheat, but, like, has he done a good job of it? That's a good Drew price, actually. We made him pay for Tyrese, though. I feel good about that. I think Giddey's probably closer to an overpay. Gobert's, like, on the money line. Draymond was so cheap. He's had a good draft. This is a good draft. I hate that the commissioner's getting away with it. And we knew what his strategy was coming in, but we were panicking about having 2 drafts. And we let it get to us, you know? I'm not used to drafting 2 drafts. I've done it one other time, but it was much more relaxed. Scotty Barnes. Yeah. No? Compadre should be in on this. Goes to Spartans. Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Mobley, Bam. It's a really solid punt free throw team. I'd imagine Sexton goes for at least 15 here. It'd be weird if he didn't. We'll make the $5 bid. Currently bidding on Josh Giddey in the phone league. We're the high bid at $13. Someone snipes. We bid 15. We have, ooh, that's our last bid. We made a slight mistake. We only have $24 left. We're gonna get Giddey, it looks like. Yeah, we got Giddey at 15. I'll call that the first slight mistake. I don't think 15 is an overpay for Giddey at all. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape still. We'd like a little more cheap scoring to kind of round out this team. The phone team that you guys can't see. ACP going for $4. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players we really like in the queue that we think are in our price range. And we have 10 roster slots. No way we're going to be able to afford all of them. But if we could get 4 or 5 of those guys to pair with the guys that we already have, we'll feel pretty good about that. So we have $9 left in 4 slots in the pump points. So our roster is pretty much set. We want to be thinking about small moves. So we want some other cheap bigs like Anye, Hardenstein. We do need cheap scoring, though. I don't know where it's going to come from. We won't have the money for Ben Simmons. Maybe Kuzma. Kuzma fits pretty well, actually, in what we're trying to do. Caruso, Vanderbilt, Portis. KPJ is the one. Yeah, if we could get KPJ for like 5, we would be okay with $1 players for the rest of it. We lost track of the ball, and Mike Conley got thrown out a little too early. We wouldn't have been able to afford him. Another roster spot, a little more money gone. Wow, it's pretty expensive, Trey Jones. Who's in there? The commish? What does he know that I don't? I don't believe in that pick. I think that was his first mistake, maybe. He's getting a lot of assists and steals. Commish probably bids here. For more blocks? Yeah, commish bids. It's hard to keep track of 2 budgets, and then the budgets are different because of the plus 50%. It's a little easier now that the other one that I'm playing down here is mostly done. I wonder if we'll get another double player again. I wonder if that's even possible. All right, we're going to do an Easter egg. If someone has watched to this point of the draft, comment watermelon. And the first person that comments watermelon, I'll get in contact with you and I'll Venmo you $5. Yeah, if you comment watermelon. Just because I would like to know in the future, is a 2-hour video too much? Is anyone going to watch the 2-hour mark? I don't think anyone's going to watch this. I think I could just shut it off. We're not going to do that, though, just in case there's one person. Sometimes I wonder about how YouTube works with like viewer retention rates and stuff like that. Like, you know, no one's, if 99% of people can't even make it to 30 minutes, let alone an hour, let alone an hour and a half, it's like, how much is that considered when it looks at the quality of your videos? Like, I don't think this is good content. You guys can tell me if you think it's wrong. What I really try to focus on, Jakob Poeltl should go for big money here. What I really try to focus on is what's our max bid? Padres. Padres is gonna get him. Just can't let the Coach get him cheap. He'll still get him, but we can't let him get him cheap. Over our budget, not our problem. That's a great Jacopoto price. Compadres isn't going to go back. See, the commissioner is going from having a bad draft. So with Podol and Gobert, he's pretty much got blocks like nailed into the ground. With Halliburton and Giddey, Draymond and Drew, there's a lot of assists there. Trey Jones is questionable, but it's a lot of assists. This guy's going to be hard to beat. It's going to take a year of just incredible waiver wire moves. And I think I need a little bit of a Russ resurgence. We will beat the pants off of him in terms of scoring. And we also have the potential. You can ignore this because of how few players we have. Like, our team is way up here. We have 5 players right now. Only one other team has 5 players. So the teams that have literally twice as many players as us will be projected to score a lot more. But yeah, from a scoring perspective, you can see that the commish has, where's he at? Commish has 3 more players than us and a similar amount of money left. And you can see that he's barely above us in scoring. Barely above us. So we'll beat him pretty easily in scoring. I'm probably also slightly overly too focused on one player. I don't recommend it, but you know, he's cheating. And so my justice boner wants to follow him all season and make sure that he doesn't cheat everybody. Some people were holding money for CJ. He's a lot of the scoring that's left. Like Buddy Hield. I don't know how we're going to get cheap enough scoring. Kuzma might be worth it. Evan Porter Jr. Brogdon. Like I'm Lou Will. Like I'm Lou Will. There's still some value out here. It's weird going to 15-man rosters for sure. A lot of roster spots. 10-2. We could actually just keep all of our money here. It might be a good strategy to just save all of our money for $2 snipes. I'm kind of talking myself into liking that, actually. Yeah, we might save all of our money for $2 snipes. That might be a move. Some good players here. Fournier. It's kind of forgotten. We like Nerlens Noel. He'll also counter really well. Plumlee is on track. Also, the cool thing about Plumlee is because we're like soft punting free throw percentage. Plumlee wouldn't be enough to hurt us against the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are beneath us. And again, we probably couldn't beat those guys anyway. Zubac. Gonna be outside of our price range for sure. Yeah, I'm. Oof. Got a storm alert. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 players in our queue that are like deeper in the draft. We just temporarily bid a little bit on Andrew Wiggins until we pushed him into a price range that we were comfortable letting him go. I do like Wiggins' scoring ability, but at $6 in that draft, $5 in that draft. Get the money. We could have cheated there and nominated John Collins. It was our nomination turn, so we had another double nomination, but I think you guys would have known that I did it. Or at least I would have known, and I don't ever want to lie to you guys. You guys are like my family. That hurts to say. Not because I don't love you guys, because I have a rough family. My family constantly brings me pain. Brandon Ingram, $20. We're going to just sit here in glorious snipes. Snipes. You know, guys, I'm actually going to stop the video here. It's just my voice, it's too much. But I will post a recap video for both these drafts, and I think you guys saw most of the action here. It's going to be into a lot of like low money situations now. All right, guys, that'll do it. I'll talk to you guys later.